What about now? Huh? 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 Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are ya? Oh, this sucks. I gotta get Bskyda app profile. Sign out. Switch account. Sweet. One thing I won't do, just so. By the way, good morning. This is Justice's Waiting Room. It's a daily live podcast where we discuss news and politics. Would I have coffee on my schnoz today? Jeez, Jared. Do we get it? Whatever. Was anybody here? I promise not to use two platforms to market the show. I guess, I don't know. We are live with Justice's Waiting Room, a daily podcast where we discuss news and politics. Mm, 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 mm. Mm. Wait, what? Hey, Deb. Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me? Okay. Okay, good. So, to let you know, first, let's talk about like what's the most important stories. Well, let me get the song on. Okay. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Every morning, the start of the show, we listen to Edwin Starr's War. Okay. If you ever served your country or were adjacent to someone who did, you've heard this song. In fact, while this plays, I wanted to tell you the plan. What are we doing? So today, what I thought I'd do under the hold on, let me get my shit together here. Innocent lives. Morning, morning, morning. What is good for? All right. We're live as a backup on Clapper. Okay. Um, I think the American Socialist Party should follow me. Just throwing that out there. I think that's like a basic connection that needs to be made. But yeah, under the American Socialist Party should. I wonder if the armed services are on here. There is not. It doesn't look like the Navy is either. Okay, are not really on. Okay, but let me do this. Okay, many people are going to want to know, like, who are you? My name is Jared Malat. Here is the most basic of social media things. Don't really. Here's what happened, kids. Uh, there was this really horrible KKK rally at Madison Square Garden in October, and I stopped scrolling the internet. um, and has changed my fucking life forever. So, before we even talk about the 2024 U.S. election or this administration, understand what even made me raise my voice at all. Honestly, it was what happened at Madison Square Garden, where Tony Hinchcliffe got on stage and was super fucking racist in the name of comedy, right? Um, that's what really lit my ass on fire. I can't stand fucking racism. Like, it fucking bothers me, drives me fucking crazy. Like I said, my best friend's black. I have black first cousins on both sides. So my side of the family and my wife has a black brother. Good to go. So, and again, one of the things I've learned is that when you talk about your proximity to people of color can be construed as racist, but I'm saying, like, the people I care about the most are people of color. I'm going to fight for them. And then you have to realize, once you realize, like, the people I'm closest to are people of color, then you just realize you have to go to bat for everybody, and you have to point out racism every time you see it, everywhere you see it, right? Um, that's what I mean when I say it, just for the record. I'm aware. So what woke me up today and really lit a fire under my ass today was seeing that they're gonna lay off thousands of people um, from the Social Security Administration. And I'm hot talking about it because here's what I know. Social Security Administration, the SSA is already hard to use. Um, and I don't know if you've ever gone to the Social Security office, but it's already a zoo. So cutting staffing at the Social Security office is unwise. because you're going to make an already hard job harder. And the people that it affects directly are mostly disabled people. The people that can't protest. So understand that, you know what I mean? Like the people that can't defend themselves. And again, it's the same thing. I feel the same way about this is how I feel. This is what motivates me. And people are gonna wonder like what drives this fucking idiot, right? Grave injustice, great injustice, where the people who need it the most are getting it the least, right? That's how I feel. Okay? That's what really drives me fucking crazy. Okay? So if you will, here's a link for Blue Sky. I'm going to post it. Okay? Repost it from American Socialists. Post this on Twitter. Can't even use tags. That's the first link I've posted on Twitter. I just want to point that out. How long it's been since I used that. Anyway. Switch back to the alien shit. You should get a notification that we followed. No? I did tell a bunch of people to leave that too. I hadn't so one of the things that I still work a full-time job, brother. I had to work on Saturday. Yesterday was a day off and I just needed to fucking relax. That's why I was kind of like do the show, and then I forgot to even. I made 2 pieces of content, didn't even fucking post them. Yesterday was just one of them days I just needed a hard reset, brother. So what I think that I should do first. Oh, for sure. Oh yeah. We got banned. Oh, by the way, we got banned. It doesn't matter to me. We got banned from going live on TikTok. The audience size was not worth it. We are being so heavily fucking censored on TikTok. It's insane. We used to get like 6. I mean, we were getting thousands of viewers per episode, but concurrent. Like that would actually stick. Oh no no no. We used to get like 600 viewers. We were getting down in the 20s. We were being so heavily censored. People were messaging me like your shit keeps fucking up. Like I can't watch your shit, and they're like, yeah, Yesterday we got banned from going live on TikTok because we were talking about the reason Elon Musk is such a huge piece of shit is because he had a botched penis surgery. Penis enlargement surgery. Elon Musk is a massive asshole and is fucking our entire country up and is such a massive piece of shit because he had a botched dick surgery. That's why we got banned from going live on TikTok because we were talking about it. I just want to make sure we're saying it out loud. I'm aware. Somebody messaged me and they were like, it's because you said sexual. Right. Right. Have you watched TikTok lives? It certainly wasn't because we said sexual, my dear. But yeah. People are asking, like, what should we do? Right? Like, what should we do? Since the founder of the American Socialist Party is a veteran. Hear me out. I'm now on my second piece of content in a row trying to reach out to veterans and say, listen, I of all the groups I've ever been a part of, I've never met a more politically ambiguous group of people. Where if you get enough veterans in a room, you'll never know who votes what way. I've been to a Marine Corps ball or two. I was on active duty in the Marine Corps Infantry, the literal tip of the spear. But I have stayed away from organizations like the VFW. Okay? I've stayed away from the American Legion. Right? I've stayed away from a lot of these veteran organizations because they cost money. Okay? I'm for real poor. So poor I couldn't even join what is it? DAV because it costs money. I had to go through Wounded Warrior Project to reapply for benefits because it was free. And not that they provide an inferior service. They provide the same service as the DAV. They use veteran evaluation services the same as DAV. So, what I thought I would do as I start the American Socialist Party is reach out to other veterans first because they're the most politically ambiguous group of people. They're apolitical. Why? Because first of all, when you can't beat the other guy up, you gotta listen to him. Right? When you beat the other, when the other guy could just whoop your ass, you gotta kind of listen to the guy. He's probably got some shit he could teach you. Good to go? Okay. They hate fucking Democrats and Republicans. They hate every fucking politician. Why? Because it's the politicians that make rules that affect your family and you. And it's the fucking government putting us in harm's way and shit. And now I offer you, founded by a United States Marine Corps infantry veteran, a disabled veteran himself. I invite veterans who hate Democrats and Republicans to become a socialist. It's for you. Socialism is perfect for a veteran. Why? Because you experience socialism on active duty. That's right. You get universal housing, right? They offer you a cot in a room somewhere. Okay? The Marine Corps has the MCI program. They have their own education program, not to mention the GI Bill, not to mention VRNE. So veterans, once you get out, you get in, and while you're in, you can use the GI Bill to pay for education. That's universal education, universal housing. I'm a disabled veteran. I get a couple $100. There's universal income and healthcare. I'm a disabled veteran. I get free healthcare from the VA. That's socialism. That's socialism. Don't you want to give that to every American? Isn't that way better than what the right is offering us right now? Where they're stripping away rights, defunding programs, treating the government as if it were a business, and that not as though managing a massive country like the United States with 335 million fucking people. As I can tell you right now, this capitalism shit isn't going to work out for us. Capitalism is going to kill us all. In my eyes, democracy is only good so long as it holds. So there's a lot of people that have reached out and want to know why socialism? Because you don't have the balls to hold democracy. They don't have the spine to hold democracy. All I've heard recently is a bunch of scared politicians making the decisions they're making in fear of their safety. And again, if you're scared, go to church. Get out of the fucking way. You ain't a leader. You're not meant to lead people. Who is? Veterans. Veterans are in charge of people during great times of struggle. War, as it were. And if you teach them, you teach a veteran, your job is every decision you make is in the best interest of people. We don't take money from PACs or corporations. We're not playing this fucking Democrats and Republicans game anymore. Fuck them. They all have the same masters. Billionaires. There's a reason they've been slow to move on Donald Trump, because he provides market volatility. That's right, he makes the stock market go. Until he doesn't. But here's the thing I'll always point out. People make billions and billions of dollars on your collapse. The stock market is a fucking joke. It's a billionaires club. You and I will never be a part of it. That said, what we can do is build the American Socialist Party, whose founder would say something along the lines of, hey, look, Elon Musk is such a shitbird that the Tesla stock is crashing. You know what ought to happen? All those people he's treated like shit, all his former employees, ought to wait until that stock bottoms out and buy it all up and become owned by its very people. The social ownership of business is exactly that. You want your employees, the people that show up every day, you want them taken care of, right? So I want the people, for example, in the United States, I want all people given the same treatment, equality, right? The removal of a two-tier justice system, right? Want a mouse? Okay? And this isn't because I want us all to be punished for the crimes we commit. That's fucking silly. That's fuck the police. What are you even talking about? ACAB. Get rid of qualified immunity. Disarm the police before they kill you too. But I'm saying, like, look at democracy. Look at our system, our justice system, its form, function, and execution, and tell me, is this good enough? Is this going to hold? I don't believe so. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. In fact, here's what I believe with my whole heart. The entire right is so obsessed with power. And Donald Trump so obsessed with power that he would ignore all the warning signs. Climate change, disease spread, COVID, the flu, measles, tuberculosis, kids. He would ignore those, ignore weather. He would ignore anything that says he's going to have a bad day. Okay? Today is 4 months from the 2024 U.S. election. Today is the end, in our best estimation. And again, I'm not a politician. Nope. Bird flu even. I'm not a politician. I want to make sure we say that. But when I read Executive Order 13848, there's an accompanying document, the Prosecution of Election Crimes document. And it says 45-45-30. And so today is 30 days. Since like a couple days before the inauguration. So the first 45 days took us to December 20th. And if you remember, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris rushing back to the White House instead of going on their vacation. My firm belief is that they went back to the White House to view the reports that all of the agencies ran on all of the 2024 U.S. elections. Do I know that to be true? No. But I know that Kamala Harris walked off of a helicopter and straight into the Oval Office, and they didn't declare fucking war. So I'm wondering, if you didn't go back to declare war, what'd you go back for? March. And I think they went back to view all the reports, because that was 45 days to the number. And then 45 days after December 20th, was like the first week of February. Well, understand that every state level agency and relevant federal agencies, so FBI, CIA, NSA, D6, CISA, all investigated these elections. According to this executive order, it says all relevant agencies, and I'd argue the future of democracy might be like an emergency case. So, and keep in mind, those reports were due on December 20th during the prior administration. And again, I want to keep saying, like, once Donald Trump was conceded to on November 5th, you knew he was getting inaugurated, right? Nothing you can do to stop it. But what is going to happen, because Democrats are not the police, Republicans are not the police, okay? A couple of them are. I would argue the head of the FBI, the head of the head of national security offices, sure, but they can't keep all those other agencies. And again, to use that word, many, is loaded when it's like who specifically. He has a new director of national intelligence and a new fucking SecDef. Like he's got like 3 people in jobs. They can't keep them. There's not many. You know what I mean? Like there's a few people that are gonna dickhead their way. I didn't authorize that. I don't give a fuck. Fuck you. You know what I mean? They're all illegitimately appointed anyway. Okay. Donald Trump posted this morning on Truth Social that he thinks we should stop paying so much attention to Putin. Oh, okay, okay. Thanks, Don. Thanks for the tip, buddy. Never mind that his administration has literally, if Vladimir Putin could have written down what he wanted to happen, Elon Musk and Donald Trump have basically made that happen in his first like 60 days in office. And by the way, again, Jasmine Crockett went on TV, said Donald Trump's the Hollywood's to blame for how we do Russia. Huh. Have we heard anything about Jack Smith? Let's see. She said Donald Trump's an enemy of the people of the United States. From 11 hours ago. China sanctions Russia. Oh, by the way, Eminem gets a crowd to chant "fuck Donald Trump." Okay. And as the founder of the American Socialist Party, much like I do, show up every day and face the music. I think that as an elected official, you should have no problem with a town hall meeting. You should want to speak to your constituents and you want to hear their concerns and you earnestly want to address valid concerns that are not determined valid by you. Meaning, when somebody gives you feedback, you don't say, I could just leave. The fuck? Stand there and take it. You're an elected official. It's the fucking job. It's the whole gig. It's a people job. You better fucking love people. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Reminder to hit up R50501. Okay. Protest Finder USA. Yep. I saw a video. Rumor started this weekend. Harris running right before 13848. Wait, restate that. I also think it's interesting that rumor started this weekend. Harris running right before 13848. Huh? Tomorrow is a protest. So there's a reason I shared R50501, our Protest Finder USA. Yeah, Green Day is all fuck Donald Trump too. Okay. $12 p.m. to 3 p.m. Okay. Jesus. Can't even share it. It's too long, kids. Heard she announced she dropped governor race to run in 2028. Interesting timing if 13848 happens. Wait, just to clarify, rumor started this weekend. This past weekend, the rumor started that Kamala Harris is running in 2028. Interesting timing. What wasn't true? What wasn't true? I've seen several posts about it. I haven't. Because again, like I told y'all, I try to keep my nose out of. I try not to doom scroll. This was on Blue Sky. Okay, fair enough. Okay. Heard the Harris comment this weekend. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, he called Social Security a Ponzi scheme. Yeah. And understand, because a lot of people don't know, you pay every dime into Social Security that you take out. Okay? When you are on Social Security, that is self funded. That means it's your money. You pay into your own Social Security retirement account. And also, most of the people receiving Social Security benefits are fucking disabled people, which you also pay into. Corey, good question. Donald Trump's won one court case and has lost every other court case. And almost all of his, I would say 90% of his executive and presidential orders will never see the light of day. I know it feels like it. It feels like he wakes up every day and chooses violence, but understand he's the weakest, worst fucking president ever. He has a Republican House and Senate, and he's president, and the Supreme Court would give him anything. How many bills has he tried to pass? Who's going to hold him accountable? It's not the Democrats. So that's one of the reasons that you need a socialist party. You need someone who can break shit down Barney style for everyone to understand. Because the Democrats don't want to talk to stupid people. The Republicans only court stupid people. So you got to be the American Socialist Party that realizes some people don't like getting called stupid. And I just think I might join the Workers' Party. I think I might just join the party that is union-based and founded by a veteran, who the first thing I'm doing is going to other veterans and talking to them and asking them to step in and help me, that have had success in areas that we're going to need help. Okay? And know that it's a process, that Rome wasn't built in a day, and that I understand that we're kind of fucking up against it here, Jared, but realistically, when did you expect me and this American Socialist Party to be ready to run in a federal race? We got to get candidates first. We got to find races that are coming that we can put a candidate in that race that's going to fuck that race up, that's going to win that shit. The better candidate. You know what I mean? And that's what I really want. I want the best person for the job up for election. And a lot of times when I look at an election, I go, I don't like either candidate. We need a workers' party. Somebody that's like, hey, if you don't like the Democrat and Republican choices, there is a legitimate political party founded by a poor person just like you. I'm not special. I'm not rich. I'll never be rich. I don't want to be rich. I want the karma I have coming. That's how I feel. I live under the veil of karma. Under the veil that protects me. That's how I think about it. I may not have been real good at making money and off the backs of other people, but my fucking karma and luck are insane, and I would rather have that. Because think about sitting with you right now. If I had a couple more zeros in my bank account, a few more zeros, several more zeros, 6, 7, 8 of those, then what happens? Right? How likely am I want to sit down every day and do this? Now, me, no matter the differences, I'm going to be here every day, whether I got money in the bank or not. Because this is what I want. This is what I want for all of us. I want someone to sit down that is politically involved. God damn it, I'm starting the American Socialist Party. That will touch what is going on in the world around them, right? Pretend like I don't live in a glass bubble. And say, okay, what is going on? Does that make sense? Like, what's going on? What is most important? Okay, well, in my eyes, when I woke up this morning, I was like, holy shit, they're going to lay off thousands of people at the Social Security Administration. And immediately I got really sad because all I could think about is how many people that get Social Security benefits that are fucking disabled. So they won't even be able to go out and protest tomorrow. And it's already hard when you go to the Social Security office. It's already a zoo. It's already a madhouse. And now they're going to lay off a bunch of their staff and make those people's lives even worse and make the mostly fucking disabled people's lives worse. Actually. And again, I'm not thinking about me, right? I don't get Social Security yet. You know, and I'm not that old. Shit. I'm only 41, kids. And I'm disabled, but I'm not that kind of disabled. You know what I mean? But like, so there's a bunch of people on SSDI and Social Security that are, their lives are going to be made harder. Especially if they have to go to a Social Security office. So it just sucks that this administration, and again, he doesn't even have the ability to do that. So they'll go home for a couple days, cry, be like, what the fuck am I going to do for a job, and then get a call back. Okay? Yeah, like you said, S&M, your check better fucking show up, right? So again, I want to make sure if I can't find something more pressing to talk about, that I spend a whole lot of time talking about people that don't look like me. Old people, retired people, disabled people. I'm thinking about like people in a wheelchair or a walker that can't drive themselves places, that rely on the government. And if you think a socialist, yeah, it's already staffed at all-time lows. So to cover for many of these people, their lives just got made harder because of a pen stroke. And it's like, whose prerogative is that? Putin's. Putin's trying to make sure that they kill as many Americans as they can that would remember the Cold War clearly. Think back 50 fucking years, and if you're trying to get one over on the old US of A, how about we kill all the old people that were working in their careers at that time that would have been a start of investigating. Oh, and there was also Elon Musk said the U.S. should withdraw from the UN and from NATO. How about fucking no? Nope. Closed 30 minutes away a few years ago, and now the office is an hour away is closing. See? And you know what sucks about this? Who does this hurt? Who does this actually hurt? I'll tell you. White people. White people living in rural communities that probably voted for Donald Trump 4-1. So you know what's fucking crazy? I keep coming across this video where it's this Asian kid that everybody knows, and he's interviewing this old white man, and he's like, you're all about the truth, you're all about data, why do you follow Donald Trump? And what he says is the craziest shit I've ever heard another human being say, and it keeps getting shared like that was an intelligible conversation, and the dude says, because I don't want my species to die. What? Your race? You don't want your race to die? Let me explain this to you, those who may not know this yet. We're all cousins. It's time to cut the bullshit. If you're not brothers and sisters, or your actual family, right? You're cousins. You're distant cousins. So that person that you don't like because they're black, if you go back far enough, you're cousins. That little Asian lady that you were fucking mean to, it's your cousin. If you go back far enough, you're related. I know it doesn't feel like it. I know when you look at people that don't look anything like you, but let me explain this to you in a language you can understand it. A long time ago, they shot a satellite up into space, and it went out to the edge of the galaxy. And it landed on an asteroid from another solar system. And it took a soil sample, and it got back to Earth. And what do you think they found on that fucking asteroid from another fucking solar system? Of the 20 most common elements that are required for life, 10 of them. Of the 5 components of DNA, human DNA. All 5 of them. So even those fucking aliens that y'all keep messaging me about, cousins. Go back far enough, we're all cousins. So again, I know it don't feel like it. I know when you get a roof put on your house and the guys that show up to do it are Mexican and they're speaking fucking Spanish, that you're all of a sudden real racist. Cousins. I know that when you're out at the mall and there's a commotion and there's a bunch of kids running around, jumping up and down and being happy and being young, those black kids, those are your cousins. And also, those white people that are in a big group, when you go out to a restaurant and they act like shit and they treat the server like shit and they treat the space like shit and their kids are shit, those are my cousins. Yeah, that rich white dude saying like he didn't want his species to go extinct. He didn't want his race to go extinct. And it's just like, what the fuck are you talking about, you psychopath? It's not in trouble. It's not in danger of going extinct. So just throw this out there as another from one white person. I could just say like we're not in any danger of. Trust me, there's far too many welfare queens for that to ever happen. Far too many white women that have like 15 kids by seven different men. Stop it. Stop it. And by the way, the overwhelming recipient of welfare are white people. Overwhelming. Overwhelming. You know what I always think is funny? It's a double-edged sword. White people say shit like pull yourself up from your bootstraps, and their race are the most bootstrapped. Like, white people out here and keep in mind, like when we're talking about the South African men that are billionaires, the 3 South African men that are billionaires, consider the poverty state that is South Africa. I'm just saying it out loud. It doesn't feel good to say. Those are my cousins too. But why do you think they're white? That's the answer. Why do you think that they're even allowed to exist? Because they have white skin. Because they pass as white people. David Sachs, Peter Thiel, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg. The unfuckable 5. Okay. But yeah, think about potential when you think about this executive order 13848 and the fact that over the weekend the shadow president of the United States, Elon Musk, said they should withdraw from the UN, withdraw from NATO. They're gonna fucking reduce the staffing at Social Security offices by thousands. And then Executive Order 13848 drops and all the associated punishments, and everybody who took money from Russia or did Russia's bidding, you're fired. And I want it to happen mostly because Donald Trump has fucked with all these agencies, and it's just like, for them to be able to get back. The unfuckable 5 is hilarious. Yeah. Donald Trump, Elon Musk, David Sachs, Peter Thiel. No, it wasn't even Elon Musk or Donald Trump. Not even in there. It's Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Peter Thiel, David Sachs. Yeah. Donald Trump, the unfuckable 5. The no bitch getting. at all. Even, you know what I heard? And Pete, please call me out when I am misogynist. Uh, at the inauguration, the woman that was with Jeff Bezos, not his spouse, was wearing a bra with a blazer on top of it. Just, I saw it. There wasn't a blouse. Was she spill coffee on it? Okay. And also, from what I understand, that he like pays for her a company. He pays for her time. Does that make sense? Yeah. So reported that Social Security payments. Oh yeah. I saw the no. The S&M. The better video is fucking Donald Trump's flying down this hill, right? Or not Donald Trump. Fuck, man. JD Vance is flying down this hill on skis and just wipes the fuck out for no reason. And people, it almost looked like people were skiing up to him and being like, "Get up, big man! Like, what's wrong with you?" And him like laying on the ground, like, help me! And you're just like, no, you fucking creep. Get off this kitty hill. So, I actually ski and snowboard. It's actually my shit. And so, first of all, whenever you see a skier, you're just like, I don't really care to get to know this person because they already made terrible decisions. Hey, Crystal. Morning. So yeah, where we started off this morning was mostly we were talking about how like it's fucking dire, dude. The Social Security offices are basically they're downsizing. Social Security office. Yeah. But yeah, there don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. There's a video of him being like protested against. Yay. Dude, watch the video of his ass wiping the fuck out, and then watch people ski up to him, and they're like, "Oh, it's you? Get up, pussy!" That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, and again, as far as the woman that accompanied Bezos to the inauguration, it's getting pretty dark. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm like Executive Order 13848. There's a reason all these people have been quiet, and mum is the word. I believe in the U.S. justice system until it fucking lets me down this last time. And then I'm like, oh, fucking no, bullshit. So yeah, it's fucking crazy. But yeah, so not only is Tesla's stock fucking cratering, also, here's a Politico article where the EU is going to help Ukraine replace Starlink. Hmm. So yeah, today we're hoping to hear. I mean, honestly, probably give it a couple fucking days so y'all aren't barking up my tree like, where's the Executive Order 13848 shit? Like, I don't fucking know. I don't work for them. You know what I mean? I didn't even know that shit existed. Somebody sent it to me. We verified it existed and that it had been re-signed. Fuck, we even watched the video of when it got re-signed. Apparently they found it important enough to video somebody fucking signing it. Okay? So because we know it exists or have a pretty good idea it exists, I expect consequences. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And it's just politics, baby. There are rules to the game, just like Barrio said, some people play by the rules. Some people don't. So we're going to have to fight about that. Someone think a woman crashed into him intentionally. Hey, you know what? That doesn't bother me. Heard anything from Biden or Harris? Dude, no. Dina, last I heard from Joe Biden, fuck, I can't even remember. But she Kamala Harris gave a speech. She got a NAACP award. Joe Biden spoke, but I'm trying to remember where that was. And they were within like a week period. So no, they've been fucking quiet. What do you mean what? Yeah, I'm not mad about it if a woman crashed into him intentionally and took him down. And get up, pussy. Heard anything from Biden? I do think he gave a speech after since January 20th, which isn't saying anything. You know, it's only been like 41 days or some shit. Big yawns. By the way, this is an ad for me. Are you living paycheck to paycheck and only able to cover the minimum payments on your pretty much maxed out credit cards? Do you have payday loans, personal loans, unsecured student loans, medical debt? Do you sit around and stress out about how am I supposed to do anything other than just pay the monthly payment on these bills and pay this forever? I can help you. You should fucking call me. My name is Jared. I work for a company called Beyond Finance. So I work in finance. My job as a certified debt specialist is to help you go through your options. From things like debt consolidation, that's the program I'm trying to enroll you in. I want us to buy your debt, negotiate it down for you, and you cut your payments in half or better. Cut your debt about in half and get you out from under it in the next few years, rather than pay on that the rest of your life, like a fucking prison sentence. Okay? Saturday was my first day on the floor. And it wasn't like a training or end of the month. I closed back-to-back deals on fucking Saturday. I basically had taken so few fucking phone calls because I'm brand new that I just sat there basically all day. Most days I just sit there. I make my outbound calls off my little leads I got. I got less than like 20. So I'm twiddling my fucking thumbs. You're broke. Sit around all day, every day, freaking out about what you're going to do about your finances, and I'm right here. Most people have $10,000 or more in unsecured debt or credit card debt. Most people pay $400 or $500 or more a month on all that shit, and they're only making minimum payments. And you can call me. Okay? Directly. 1-877-230-7106. No, there's not a discount if you're from the podcast. But you can call direct. They will pass you to my desk. I would love to help you find a path forward. Whether it's debt resolution, a loan, bankruptcy, or just being better about paying your bills, I'll help you. And that's what I want to do. They say whatever you're the fucking worst at, you should go fucking do that. And if I'm bad at anything, if I'm terrible at anything, it was managing my finances. You know why? Because I never have had a financial conversation. Nobody ever said, "Hey Jared, how are your finances? Let's talk. Tell me about your bills. Let's look at your credit." Nobody ever just did that. Not only can I pull up your credit, talk to you about what's on your credit report, but I can tell you why your credit's where it is, why your payments are so high, and how you can get out from under it without declaring bankruptcy. You don't want to declare bankruptcy unless it's like that's the last resort. And the major reason that I don't want people to declare bankruptcy isn't because of what you think. You're like, oh, you just want them to do business with you. No, that's not even it. Bankruptcy can have like an impact on you for like 7 to 10 years. And some forms of bankruptcy, like there's two, chapters 7 and 13, you could have asset forfeiture, which means you have to like give up personal items to pay off your debt. And that's gotta be the most humiliating shit in the world, right? To have to sell off your shit because you declared bankruptcy. You had to give up all your toys and shit. Who wants to do that? So instead of filing bankruptcy, give me a call and let's see if there ain't something else we can do. Because far too many people are freaking out right now because money's tight. The cost of goods has gone up. I can barely pay my rent and bills. I'm almost maxed out on my credit cards. The worst thing that you could be doing, is eating on your credit cards. Remember I told you that. Nobody ever told me that. Why don't they tell you this when you're young? Don't put your groceries on your credit card. You are financing food. You will have shit that out before you ever pay for it. You're supposed to use your credit cards for emergencies. You're supposed to use credit cards for things like furniture. That's what you're supposed to use that shit for. Medical situations, right? To fix a car when it breaks down. You're not supposed to eat on it and think I'm 41 and ain't nobody ever bothered to tell me that. Okay? So, that's my ad. That's it. I know people are hurting. I've worked in this industry, but not in finance, but I worked in healthcare. I worked in Medicare healthcare. I was on the other side of a same coin where everyone I talk to is broken. So think about, for the record, I worked with people 65 and over for 5 years. The worst. They're the fucking worst. They're not tech savvy. They have a shitty attitude. Okay? They've done everything, seen everything, and been everywhere. So you don't know shit. You ain't been anywhere, and you know what I mean? But they're broke too. They don't have a pot to piss in. Oh, and by the way, nobody ever tells me. They've done everything. My friend bought a car, financed a car to get out without bankruptcy. Let it get repossessed. If your vehicle gets repossessed, I could help. If you still have possession of the vehicle and you're still paying the monthly payment and you're still driving the car, like I can't help you, you know? But if that car is repossessed, I can help you. Yeah. Imagine being afraid of town halls. Like that would be a great ad for the American Socialist Party. Hey, we put the social in socialist. So our town hall meetings are at like beer festivals, right? Where they just sit on the stage with a microphone and people just sit on in front of them, have a little picnic, and they got a microphone that gets passed around, and when you have a question, we'll get you a microphone. So don't scream at me. I'm right here. The speaker will be plenty loud. but ask your question. What are you going to do? Imagine a whole political party not afraid of town halls that like want to do the job, that want to show up, like go to bat for their fucking people and show up and are just like social. We put the social in socialism. And you just like show up. Like, what the fuck is up? Oh my God, you've done this insane thing. You've started the American Socialist Party. Uh-huh. It doesn't feel insane. It feels like it was a necessary thing. In fact, the more I do it, I'm like, why the fuck didn't I do this before? Communism is on the opposite end of the political spectrum. Now you're just an idiot. That would be my answer to that. Not getting dragged out by fake security. Guess who doesn't feel like that? I mean, I personally will probably have to have security in the future, and so will most true political candidates. You're gonna have to have fucking security. But I don't feel like I should be in danger. Communism is nothing like socialism. They're on opposite ends of the spectrum. And I want to make sure we understand political, like right and left, it's not a circle. And communism and socialism touch at the end. That's not what that is. Communism is a violent overthrow of a like legitimate government. Violent overthrow of a legitimate government, forcing government ownership of business. So you think private ownership of business is bad? Wait until the U.S. government owns businesses. Yeah, I know. You were talking. Yes, you're talking about the woman that got dragged out in Idaho. Uh-huh. And I'm saying, like, imagine a whole political party that like doesn't hire security for the town halls. In fact, they do it out in the open air, in front of God of everybody. Right? Where available, weather permitting, all kinds of shit like that. But like on the whole, if you want to be in government, car possession, you don't pay for a car that don't work. No, you're supposed to fix a car when it breaks, and fix a car when it breaks, and then go to work. So if the vehicle is not working, and that's like why we're not working, we need to get that vehicle running so that we can go to work, so we could pay for it. Unless that vehicle gets repossessed and it says on your credit repossessed, I can't help you. But yeah, imagine a political party, for example, that can be social, right? Even like attend a Marine Corps ball, have a night out, drink, be social, but would never, ever, openly drink alcohol at a press conference after we've been appointed to a cabinet position. Pete Hegseth, okay, who clearly displays alcoholism as a fucking problem, right? No, when a car gets repossessed, it gets towed away, typically by the people you owe the money to. Okay. I want to point out what great sacrifice looks like. Vladimir Zelensky said he would literally step down if it meant Ukraine could join NATO. Trump is the weakest link. Yes, he is. He's the biggest loser, the weakest link. I think it's hilarious. It's like all these shows were named for him. Texas Republican repeatedly heckled at tense town hall vote you out. This is the energy I'm talking about. See, this is what we need right here. We need people showing up at these town hall meetings, holding these people accountable, and taking video of them storming out and shit. See, here's Kamala, or not Kamala Harris, sorry, AOC. AOC saying Elon Musk is a leech trying to take money from the orphaned, disabled, and elderly. Okay. And remember, tomorrow is a protest. Protest, 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 protest. Tomorrow. Tomorrow, protest. Tomorrow, protest. Your state capital. Noon fucking time frame. No questions asked. When my wife comes home today, I'm gonna have her help me jump my car so that I can be ready to go tomorrow. Starting to see some posters. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. We're doing a lot better. Remember, Elon Musk is a terrible president. Okay. I'm still about that. And I agree. I think the way that Donald Trump, JD Vance, all them motherfuckers in that Oval Office treated Zelensky is fucking horrifying. And I wanted to point out MTG's fucking boyfriend, whatever his dipshit ass name is. He said what he said didn't even make sense. Like, you've reached the highest point in the U.S. Capitol or some shit, and it was just like, what? Why ain't you wearing a suit? What the fuck? Wasn't Elon Musk in this office like not even 2 weeks ago, standing over Donald Trump while he sat in a chair like a scorned child, while Elon was wearing a t-shirt and a blazer and a baseball hat? Didn't that just happen? Did anybody chide Elon? Did anybody CHIDE? Did anybody chide Elon Musk from the Republicans about being in the Oval Office, standing over the president, wearing a t-shirt and a blazer and a baseball hat? No, they fucking didn't. They didn't do that. Okay. And for the record, good morning. Obviously this is important. But that story's been fucking deleted. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh, you know what they were saying? They were saying Marco Rubio should resign as the U.S. National Security Advisor. Yeah. You know what I think? I think all and this isn't original content. All right, Somebody already said this. I think all the government officials, all of the military personnel, all of the what to say, government officials, federal workers should all join forces with Ukraine. Topple fucking Russia. Join NATO. Become a ICC charter member, right? Yeah, he's looking pretty unhappy. But yeah, somebody was telling me after that incident in the Oval Office that Marco Rubio should resign. So, an interesting. But yeah, if, for example, if I was an elected official doing a town hall and somebody was angry with me, first of all, here's what I would have already done. I would never take up a policy position that I'm going to deal with backlash from voters. How about them apples? I'm stupid. I don't have good thoughts. I try as hard as I can to look at all of the information available, and only after I've done that am I smart enough to say, the evidence overwhelmingly supports this opinion. This is what most people fucking want. Oh. So I want that. Okay, well then it's okay to say like I want everyone to have universal health care, universal education, universal income, universal housing. And here's how I think about it. Are you ready for this? I'm going to say it the asshole way. Maybe you'll get it. I don't want my niece coming to me to help foot the bill while she's in college. I don't ever want one of my elderly family members denied critical care, accumulate a massive fucking healthcare bill, and then die and leave it to their spouse to pay for the rest of their life. I think that's a fucking terrible existence. I don't want to have to pay for other people to live. I don't want other people to depend on me. Want. I don't want to have to support someone else. Do you know what that's like? Yes, many of you do. Many of you have to support a family member or you have kids. I don't. Not everyone signed up for that. If we keep going the way we're going, 100%, I'm going to have to help my niece pay for college. 100%. I'm going to have to probably take in a family member and support them in my lifetime. Bet on it. If things continue, 100%. I'm going to have to pay someone's healthcare bill. Someone's going to have to live off me. I'm going to have to put my niece through college. One of my nieces. I'm going to have to sign for them to get an apartment. I'm going to have to wonder about their living situation. When honestly, I'd rather everyone just have universal health care and just whatever's wrong with you, take care of it. I'd rather they just have universal housing available after you get away from your fucking parents, you turn 18, and there's housing. I don't want them to have student loans and to have to pay a massive fucking tuition bill. I don't want to pay for that. But I also don't want it for someone else. See, I don't ever think what about me? I'm not doing that shit. I was told when I was 15 years old, right after I tried to kill myself. It's not about you. It's not about you at all. So again, I would ask, yeah. It's about, first of all, I think about like what kind of legacy can I leave given that I'm not a parent, right? I can never I can never instill my values in a person. I'm not a parent. But what I can do is I can tell you, as a disabled veteran, as someone who for the last 17 years been through the ups and downs, right? When I go to my best friend's house and we sit down and we look at our bank statements going on like 15 years, we've been friends. And we look at how did he have so much more debt than me? So much more debt. Like I had 6,000, he had 56. How did two people the same age that are both homeowners, married, they're the very similar spending habits otherwise? How is there such a disparity between us in the amount of ancillary debt we've had to take on? I'll just go ahead and tell you. One of us has received socialism and the other one hasn't. One of us hasn't had to pay for healthcare in 17 fucking years because I'm a disabled veteran. I go to the VA. One of us hasn't had to get credit cards to eat off of because I'm a disabled veteran and I get money from the VA every month. Universal income. I also got a VA home loan. So not only is my mortgage reasonable, my benefits cover it. Housing. I receiveth. And then I get a couple $100 a month in excess of my mortgage, so you could call that income. And also, I'm not drowning in fucking student loan debt, and I already have a degree. And I'm nut hair close to getting another one. I'm just gonna switch up and get a degree in political science because I'm starting a political party. And I don't think data analytics is the bachelor's degree I want next to my name. That doesn't look nearly as good as, oh, you just got a bachelor's in political science, you know? Just a little political scientist running around here trying to change the fucking world. You goddamn right. Okay? So there's a reason why the first things that we follow are AFL-CIO, AOC, and Bernie, right? People who have shown our values, right? Who've talked at length about socialism and about socialist policy, right? Um, but yeah, there's a reason why I want to reach out to veterans first. Before I reach out to the unions, before I reach out to any of these politicians, before I reach out to anyone else, calling all veterans. Especially if you served your country, especially if you're a disabled veteran or you know someone that is, or especially if you're like close to someone. Because that person can tell you what socialism feels like. I can tell you what it feels like not having to pay hundreds of dollars a month for healthcare. It has allowed me to survive when my income was so low that I couldn't have afforded healthcare. And if you ask me why in the last 17 years have I not just paid for healthcare, because you can't afford it. To the tune of like $3,000 or $4,000 a year for a single person. Can't afford it. Could never have afforded it. So again, I want to make sure everyone understands the reason that I've had VA healthcare for the last 17 fucking years has not been by choice. Like I've had to keep myself healthy so I don't have to use healthcare. And again, I advocate for a healthy lifestyle. I actually the things that I tell you, I actually do them. Right? Like sleep 8 hours a day, drink water, eat right, exercise. I do those. I do those things. There's a yeah. So hey, we've been on here 90 minutes, okay? That's what I promise every day. 90 minutes, okay? We start on war, we end on Eat the Rich, okay? Some days I share music when I'm stressed the fuck out, so stressed out I can barely fucking talk, okay? Okay? Make sure, okay? Go on Facebook, join this group, okay? Go on Blue Sky, follow the American Socialists. Go on Twitter. Follow, okay? Okay. I'm sick of all your bitching about your poodles and your pills. So yeah, remember, if you are living paycheck to paycheck, your credit cards are maxed out, you don't know how long you've got left to be able to live like this, call me. My name is Jared. 1-877-230-7106. I'll help you. I'll help you figure out a path forward. Okay? Hey, you know what's really fucking dumb? You know what's really stupid? This is really fucking stupid. Here's the White House designating English as the official language of the United States per March 1. Oh shit. I was like, RIP Jimmy is trending on fucking Twitter, and my brain's like, oh my god, like I know a bunch of people named Jimmy, and it turned out to be a dog. So Imagine having that energy, Kat. Like I can't think about like okay, so I know this is gonna sound crazy, and I'll leave. I'll stop talking. But there are people that like want power, and like they're on this search for power, and Kat, let me just tell you, you can never have too much power. It will absolutely fucking destroy you to know that when you search for power, you now are on a search for power. Now this is what we're fucking doing. And I'll just tell you, as someone who has had power, give that shit the fuck away. I promise you. Make people autonomous. Give them their own space to move, maneuver, and execute your command. And they will fucking fly. You hold on to the reins too tight, they are too tight, they don't accomplish shit. Just throwing this out there. Freedom, bitch. Like freedom. That's what we need. We ooh. On my head. Yeah, telling you. Your best as someone who did you hear what I said, Jojo? As someone who has had power, give it away. Don't don't search for it. When you get it, don't hold on to it. Don't seek more. Give it the fuck away. It's such a heavy hey, look at my face. It's such a heavy fucking burden to be powerful. It is fucking heavy. Give it the fuck away. You can never hold that. It's like the glove with the Infinity Stones on it, right? Fucking Tony Stark puts it on his hand and he's like, "I am Iron Man," right? And ultimately, what happens? He gets it fucking ripped off. Thanos puts it on his fucking hand and snaps and fucking kills half of everybody, right? But like, they say absolute power corrupts. Absolutely. I have watched mostly white men, for the record. Mostly white men, for the record. Mostly white men attain power, right? They achieved power, got there, are completely unsatisfied. I need more power, more control. And then their quest for more power overtakes their entire fucking life. They have absolutely no scruples. They forget completely who they are. They cannot justify a single fucking position they have, but that search for fucking power has overtaken them. I just remember this really important document starting "We the People." You know what I mean? Have a good day.